Hey everyone, how's it going? It is your boy Wags here, and today we're going to be taking a look at The Pale Beyond. Now, this game is a survival simulator. We're essentially tasked with leading a voyage across a frozen wasteland, so we have to manage resources, we have to maintain relationships with our crew, and of course, we have to make the difficult decisions that will ultimately lead to our success or our death. And either way, I'm excited. I'm ready to jump in. I'm sure you are too. Real quick, I just want to say it's been a good while since I've uploaded, so to old subscribers, welcome back. To those new, it's a pleasure, and I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to start a new expedition. Branches 1 of 40, dang. Alright. Oh, the air bees cold. Of flaken white as a sailor begs their pledge. Alright, and we already got some choices here. I doubt these will have any repercussions, but... Alright, so what's the saying? Flaken white as a sailor begs their pledge. To the ice they'll pray that leads reveal some charted course ahead. Of homes they'll dream, of warmth long lost, and chased to frost world's edge. A hunger draws the desperate here. Such lonely souls need lead. What will ye do when steel hearts break and courage does abscond? I hope that's correct. Abscond? I don't know. My bad. I'll do what must be done indeed, out in the pale beyond. Abscond! It's gotta be. Does abscond. I'll do what must be done indeed, out in the pale beyond. And we are ready to begin our journey. We shall go. Temperance. Crew wanted. Able-bodied crew wanted for dangerous expedition. Months of darkness, low wages, slim chance of safe return. Glory to be had in the event of success. Sounds like only the foolish would apply for something like this. The brave. The foolish but the brave. You're alone in the office. The tea in your hand has long since gone cold. I'd rather coffee. Looking around the room, you can make out a collection of military books. On the desk is a ship in a bottle. A metronome ticks away steadily. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh. It's unsufferable. The constant chime begins to wear at the patience. Stop its internal ticking. Leave it alone. I should probably leave it alone. Oh? You hear footsteps climbing the stairs that brought you here. I'll remain standing. The door behind you swings open. The captain bounds past you to the other side of the desk. Do you have all your teeth? Interesting question to get started. Sorry? Answer the question, please. I'll open my mouth. You bare your teeth to the man. Good. Scurvy. Can never be too careful. The captain sits down. It's the little things you can lose people to. Are you speaking from experience, sir? How many people have died under your supervision? Oh, interesting. Oh, so I can make a choice here. Or just be flat out. Think he's flat out threatening me. None. Meaning you're either perfect for the job, a liar, or you've never been in command. Which is it? The latter. Let's just be honest. I don't think we've been in command before. Really? Command tests a person's mettle. Do you think you're ready? Is anyone really ready? Some more than others, it would seem. Please, take a seat. Yes, sir. The chair is uncomfortably large. The seat feels worn. Oh, he's smoking up. Can I get a take? Oh, he's enjoying that. I'm Captain Hunt. Pleasure is mine. Robin Shaw. He nods. No, we'll just wait for him. I hope you weren't waiting too long. I'm told it's worth the wait. Good. There's been a lot of candidates. Some good, some bad. Interesting mix. I'm sure you understand the need for discretion. The advert said there was glory to be had. Months of darkness. Low wages. Slim chance of return. That didn't deter you, did it? Good work is hard to come by these days. Indeed. A venture like this, however, it's about more than just the money, isn't it? I have a few questions first. He looks down a list of questions. Were you born a landlubber or sea dog? Oh. I'm sorry. So landborn is from the city, saltborn, the ocean, and I can be mixed. So a sea dog is what he was referring to here, landlubber. And I can just act like I don't understand the question. I think if we are applying for this job, we are a sea dog. We are a saltborn. We're from the ocean. We've been sailing before. We know what we're doing. The ocean, sir, same as yourself. The ocean. Oh, wait, no, that's me. I'm salt, born and bred. Military experience? Merchant sounds cool, to be honest. I probably shouldn't be a criminal. I don't know if he'd hire me. I mean, he probably would, because it would go with the story, but he probably wouldn't trust me. I've sailed the merchant lines. 12 years. Very good. What did you trade in? Anything we can... I know better than to ask. Aye. Have you ever fired a weapon? Yes. Have you ever killed a man, directly or otherwise? I'm gonna say no on that one, sir. You're not married, are you? Of course not. Nah, man, if I was married, the wife would be so mad going on a trip like this for months. You better not have a death wish. One must believe they'll return to justify leaving in the first place. Any less, and you're doing yourself a disservice. We're here to find the ship in that puddle. Oh, damn. The Viscount. Heard of it? No, can you enlighten me? He clears his throat. 5 years ago, she set sail on a research expedition towards the Dead Peninsula. They were trying to find and study the absolute magnetic south. Did they? Did they what? Just get to the point, old man. Did they complete their research? Oh, yes. I've no idea. She never came back. Her last known location was 200 miles south of land, presumed lost to the ice. 5 years ago. 5 years is a bit late for a rescue operation. They're probably dead. Alive or not, their research is supposedly of extreme importance. And we're supposed to be chasing that research. Exactly. Alright. I'm gonna need more than rumors about lost ships if I'm putting my life at risk. Naturally. Here's what we do know. Not one person or thing has been heard from the Viscount since it first left port. They're definitely all dead then, sir. No offense. I don't know why you're hiring people. Maybe so, but we're just after the ship itself. Those with more money than sense want that old ship. That's the job. If I don't pick the first mate, somebody else will, and, well, my judge of character's gotten me this far. He's winking at me. And who's financing all of this? The usual. Film and lecture rights have been sold, of course. We're in the process of signing off on a final benefactor for the expedition. They've even donated a ship. Well, we'll be traveling on board the Temperance. She's a beauty, Greenwood, generational. Not many like that these days. The Viscount and the Temperance, their sister ships, built together, sent out into this world to die alone. Poetic. Indeed, I like to think one calls out for the other. The captain looks at the bottled ship. So what do you think? Yeah, like he said before, this sounds like a suicide mission, to be honest, sir, but it sounds like you need all the help you can get. We will. The captain checks his watch. Anyway, I think I've heard enough. He stands up. We leave in a month. Welcome aboard, Shaw. Proverbially speaking. So I have the job already? Like that's it? What do you think? I'll see you on the Temperance. I have a good feeling about you, Shaw. Thank you, Captain. And he makes his way to the door, and I follow. And that is it. Alright. We arrive at the docks a month to the day. And that is it. We are here. Before you lies a ship. The letters on its side read Temperance. You walk the cobble to the boarding ramp. Beside is a sharply dressed man overseeing the loading of cargo. Okay, so this is our ship right here, and this is the loading dock. And we have different actions. Not right now, but I guess this is what they look like right here. He turns to you with a stern expression. You can feel his eyes assessing you. He's quick to inspect you for ink. Another sailor for the fold. Mid-deck with the others. Address me properly. I'm the first mate of the ship. Yeah, be all dictator on him. I'm Robin Shaw. Oh, of course. That would make you the captain's choice for first mate, correct? I'm Mr. Templeton. I shall be operating as the chief science officer on this expedition. I am also the incumbent representative of our benefactor. Do, however, consider myself and my team at you and the captain's disposal. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Templeton. I expect you to be up for the task. Some of the layabouts Hunt hired are questionable at best. No doubt I needn't inform you of your duties. You're second only to Captain Hunt himself. Though I must warn you that you have quite the task ahead. The rebel I've spent the afternoon sorting are the same that you'll have to whip into shape. Punctuality, schedule, a strict adherence is what we need if this expedition is to succeed. I suspect you to be the organized sort. You would not have been assigned the role otherwise. Man, this dude is just laying out the law for me right away. And he's below me. Should I put this guy in his place? You speak like you're in charge. I speak from a source of knowledge. Do not mistake it for a source of arrogance, Officer Shaw. Board when you're ready. And when you find yourself needing a scientist, we can try this again. Yeah, me and you about to throw hands. The city. You will be gone for quite a while. It will be some time before you see the city again. A young man stands at the ramp, steeling himself for the journey ahead. Hesitantly, he begins to drag his feet up the ramp and onto the ship. Hunt's description of the ship was accurate, near identical to the Viscount, barring some modern additions. Week 0 morning, -10 degrees Celsius. Alright, and I'm gonna Google what that is because I'm an American. 14 degrees Fahrenheit, that's pretty cold. I like the music. I like the vibe it's setting in the very beginning, but I have a feeling things are gonna get very... Oh. I love this already. I love the art style, I love the music, it's beautiful. It's been a month. Oh snap, we wrote this poem! First Mate Shaw, personal log. It's been 1 month since I signed on and 1 week since we've set aboard the Temperance. I'm told the waters will get warmer as we pass the hemisphere, before they turn colder. I've never been on a ship like this before. A technical marvel, elegant machinery expertly weaved through one of the fastest hardwood ships of its day. Reborn for this mission, breathing again with life. She's simply magnificent. As for its master, he's mostly kept to his quarters so far. I need to know if I can trust Captain Hunt. I've heard the rumors. I have not heard the rumors. I can't shake the feeling that he's not telling the whole truth. Despite that, I find myself warming to the man. There are now 22 of us, including the captain. Our next port will be our last before we enter the ice, to pick up the remaining 4 members of the crew, the scouting team. Hunt is also keen to work out a deal on a pack of sledding dogs. I've sailed with worse. We came across all kinds trading with merchants, but rarely this split. I can't help but wonder who's footing the bill for all this. Certainly not the captain. Such exquisite modifications to the ship mustn't have come cheap. It's probably not my place to be honest. Well, I am first mate, and the captain hired me so that I can look out for the rest of these people, so I should probably know what's going on, so I intend to investigate further. One of Hunt's sailors approaches. Captain. The captain wants you at the helm. Joe. What for? Didn't ask. It's probably a good idea. He leaves. Alright. And from here, I see we have different choices. We can go different places. And it is the first week. The Crow's Nest currently stands unoccupied. The scouting team are expected to join at next port. Oh, so we will have people up there momentarily. I don't want to go anywhere yet, or maybe we should. Let's go to the forecastle door appears to be locked. Never mind. Captain's cabin is shut tight, I was guessing. The captain himself is busy at the helm. Yes, sir. Let's just go join him. You ascend the stairs to the stern and find the old captain manning the helm of the ship. Oh, there he is. Ah, Robin, lovely day for it, isn't it? It is indeed, Captain. Indeed. It's days like these I make sure to do my share of the sailing. He winks. He thinks for a moment before stepping aside and stretching out a wrinkled hand. Oh no, he wants me to drive. Did you ever take the helm in the merchant navy, or were you stuck carrying crates? Here, why don't you ever try? Yeah, why not? I'll take the wheel of this big old thing. You grip the wheel of the ship and feel the weight of the waves in your arms. Okay. The muscles in your memory rear themselves as you begin to move in time with the ship and the wind. Not much around. Water. Birds.
Easy. There, you have it.
Captain pats you on the back.
Fantastic. Now try to get a sense of where we are. Get some perspective. Peaceful, isn't it?
It is peaceful. For now. I don't think it's going to be peaceful forever. Panning and zooming speeds can be adjusted in the settings menu. Yeah, why don't we go do that real quick? He takes the wheel back from me.
I think I'll drink the morning and a little longer. Would you mind preparing my quarters for the day's work? There's much to do.
I have to prepare this man's quarters? What am I, your assistant? Essentially. A classical painting depicting sailors doing battle with the Kraken. I hope we don't come across the Kraken. An ode to an old folk story of the great Captain Seamus's dance with the Salt Kings. Okay, so I get it. So because we picked the sailor in the beginning, we get certain sailor notes, and if we were to pick landlubber, we would get certain land. I get it. A pristine finished tub secured to the floor. A luxury to be had on the ice. I better have one of those in my room, sir. On the desk, you make out a variety of papers, notes, and maps, as well as a sealed letter with a stamp you recognize as the mark of the Apperton Tinning Company. The desk itself is suspended with rope to keep it safely in place. I would take requests. You take a seat at the end of the room. The captain joins you.
Now, let's run through our provisions before taking requests. To start, there's 23 souls signed on to this expedition, ourselves included.
23 of... Oh, right here. What's the 3 out of 23?
That's 16 free to be assigned to tasks if they aren't already busy. The rest are deployed to their permanent stations. You are only
able to deploy crew who you have discovered they must be in good health and not otherwise deployed to another post.
We'll be picking up the scouting crew at next port. A lot of us also seem to be in good spirits.
The expedition will end, tearing itself apart if you end the week with no decorum left.
We've enough provisions for at least 6 months in case of emergency.
If you cannot afford the minimum food rations at the end of the week, crew will become malnourished. Okay, it's alright. The responsibilities are starting to become apparent. This is starting to become stressful already. Unless cured, the malnourished status will develop into scurvy, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of a week. Oh my god.
And more than enough fuel to see us there and back again.
Alright, well good. We'll probably have to use fuel for something stupid though. Colder temperatures will increase the minimum fuel required at the end of a week. Yep, like that. I bet you it'll get so cold that we'll have to use more fuel than we expect. If you cannot afford the minimum fuel, crew will become freezing. Oh no. Unless cured, the freezing status will develop into frostbite, a severe status effect that prevents crew from working, eventually killing them at the end of the week. Everyone just waits till the end of the week and then they die.
The sledding dogs, well, they're still a matter of negotiation.
Dogs will be needed to send sledding teams out to gather resources on the ice. Sending hunts out further requires a greater amount of sled dogs. They will rest and become available between the weeks. And then at the end of the week, they will die.
Now on to work.
What am I doing? What am I doing? Am I just picking a sled team? I don't know what I'm doing. The sailor enters.
We found a stowaway in the lower hold. Bring them in.
Another sailor enters, leading a young man by their side. This little guy?
You know, they're not the first stowaway I've had.
The captain studies them further.
You know where we're heading, don't you?
I do, sir. The ice.
Did you know that before you climbed inside that crate?
I did, sir.
How old are you? You're hardly a useful pair of hands.
Not true. I can pull my weight, sir.
Do you know your jaboon from your bowsprit?
I do. I learned it all from my Da.
Your Da? He's Ward's son. Followed him on board back in the city. What should we do with him, Captain? Well, Shaw.
Hunt eyes you up.
Your first mate, what should we do with him?
Why is it my choice? You're captain. Don't put this on me. Alright. He's a little kid. Oh. I should have just read. It's your decision to make, sir, not mine. No offense.
Aye, but I would like to hear your opinion. What sort of captain would I be if I didn't accept consultation?
I personally, he's a little kid. You literally just said that he wasn't gonna be a good pair of working hands. I don't think he should be on here. He's a little kid. You know what's gonna happen. All that stuff literally just said we're gonna be starving, we're gonna get scurvy, people are gonna die. We don't need a kid on board. We could throw him overboard. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Ditch him when we make next port. We don't need more miles. Next stop. Back to the city. I think that's the best one. Sir, we need to drop them off at our next stop and leave them with enough money to catch a boat back to the city.
I didn't think it pertinent to bring any money to a frozen desert, did you?
Oh no.
Best hope for the boy's father has enough to keep them going.
The two sailors drag the stowaway boy back below deck, taking him to see his father in the crew cabins. Oh, his father's here? I didn't realize that. Oh my god. I'm an idiot.
Should we drop him off with the boy?
We're literally about to lose a crew member. Mother effer. God dang it. Yes, that's his son. God dang it, we're already... Yeah, it's up for him to decide.
Very well. Hopefully he doesn't care for the runt, and I'm not down a sailor.
That's kind of... okay.
Well, the matter's sorted.
Alright, and we'll bring in this lady. Hello, Cordell. Have you agreed upon my conditions?
To the point, eh? Shaw, this is Lady Cordell. Cordell here is to provide us with a kennel of hounds for the sleds. And our agreement was that she would train them up until we part ways at the nearest island, but...
You neglected to inform me that you were bringing my dogs through the Pale Passage. I had no intention of sending the pack to its death.
You seem to have good faith in this expedition.
It's one thing to ask for my whole kennel, it's another to drag them into the ice to chase a myth. Never before has a buyer been so dishonest.
And never before has a seller made such strong demands.
And what exactly are those demands?
She demands we allow her to come along on the expedition as a member of the crew.
What's wrong with that? None of the ship have the experience and familiarity with these dogs that I possess. If you are taking them to such a brutal location, they'll need me to guide them if they have any chance of survival. I agree. I fully 100% agree. But I see what he's saying. It's another mouth to feed. But if we're going to drop that guy off with his son, the human's on board too, of course. If we're going to drop that guy off with his son, I think we might as well just take her aboard. I mean, it's just one for one, you know what I'm saying?
You can see my dilemma, Shaw. Bringing on another member of the crew is at risk, but our hands may be tied. Your thoughts?
Yep, I don't see the harm in having an expert on sled dogs for real.
A good point, Shaw. The deal is already to your benefit.
Do you have anyone on board with extensive training in the management and ruling of dogs? Your sleds are useless if you can't control the dogs efficiently enough to haul them, and I would like to ensure my dogs are treated properly. Welcome aboard, Cordell. Your knowledge should prove invaluable. Alright, calm down.
I'll have a room prepared for you below deck.
Did that just say we were at max crew for 24? No need. You'll find me in the forecastle with the dogs. She leaves.
I hope I'm not making a mistake, Shaw.
14 available dogs. Hey! Hit me up if you want a dog, everyone.
Finish your quests. Now that that's all settled, I should have one more errand for you to run.
Nobody's just talking to himself. Why? Like, they could have at least put like a little me right here. That's the big secret. I should have saw it from the beginning. That's the whole thing. There's no one here. There's no first mate. Captain Shaw is hallucinating.
Could you grab the Stoke brothers and order them to meet me up deck after dinner? Hefty lads, red hair. You couldn't mistake them for another.
Stoke brothers, alright. Do you require me for this meeting, sir?
No. This isn't a matter the first officer needs concerning themselves with. They'll be down on the middle deck. In the meantime, you should grab a copy of the new crew manifest and get acquainted with more of the crew.
Anything else I can do? Looks like we're leaving. Beautiful. Yep. That's good. Sounds good. Who's this dude? Can we click on people and see who they are? No. Join the figure balancing on the mast. Cabin. Forecastle. Upon closer inspection, you make out the ship's photographer, Kasha Belford, balanced on the ship's mast with her camera, lining up a photo. I'll wait for her to finish. I do photography. I know what that's like. I don't want to get in her way or, make her mess up the photo. Snapping a shot, she clambers down, only noticing you on her landing. Oh, Officer Shaw. It's about time I met the first officer of this ship. Kasha Belford. I've heard of you already, yes. You have? Well, I'm not used to having any kind of reputation. She a cutie, though. I support there was some sort of rule against what I was doing up there. Deepest apologies, but sometimes there's a shot you just can't pass up. An accomplished photographer, Kasha Belford won the Fendler Prize, the highest honor in journalism, for her work covering plague outbreaks and riots in the capital. It came as a surprise to many that such a reputable journalist would take such an interest in this expedition. There was scarcely any chance of Hunt or the benefactor turning her away. You expected someone of her accolades to be older, more experienced. This is likely her first time on the sea like this. Yeah, she is not prepared for this. That much is obvious. The cold game. Picture that as a header. What? For the piece on this voyage, I'm trying to come up with a snappy name. Nobody will read it if the title sounds like the work of an amateur. I like it. Sounds good. She places a finger to her chin, squinting her eye in thought. It's not perfect, but it's a work in progress. Plenty of time. We haven't even hit the ice yet. It's just all so exciting already. I suppose in your experience, the open ocean is the home of the mundane. Though I suppose you never traveled this far south in the merchant lines. You know who I am? Of course. I thoroughly researched the crew of the Temperance. May seem somewhat excessive, but I feel it's necessary for a proper chronicling. That, and plenty of pictures. Don't worry, Shaw. You don't have a reputation that sets you apart from the rest. A celebrity like Kurt Darling's presence will dwarf any rumors that could form around you. That reminds me. He'll be joining us at next port. I should get his picture at some point. Kasha holds up her camera with a sense of pride before holding it up to her face. Stand still, Shaw. Oh, are we about to see what we look like? How long do they take to develop? Only a day or two. I've made a makeshift darkroom in the hold. Speaking of photographs, she hands you an annotated document. Here it is, the crew manifest. Yes, sir, this is what I needed. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Kasha. Undiscovered. Okay, wow. This is a lot of people to keep track of. And we've met, okay. This is the dude who got us in the very beginning. His name's Killian Sanders. This was the dude we brought in who discovered the stowaway. Wait. No, this was the guy. This was the guy who got us to the brought us to the captain. This guy came in during the stowaway thing, I believe. We met anyone else? The captain, of course. Richard Templeton. Kasha Belford. Robin Shaw. Why is my face crossed out? Oh yeah, that's cool. What do I do now? Yeah, cool. Thank you. It's a work in progress. The scout team are to join us to the next port, and the captain's forbidden me from the boiler room. If you could ask the others to get their portraits taken, I'd be very grateful. Don't want to leave anyone out. I'll see what I can do, Kasha. I'll not disturb you any of your work any further, officer. I have a few more shots I want to get before the sun lowers anyhow. Safe shots, officer. Don't worry. We leave her to her work. I shall. 2 Johns. Of course, he's not going to be on there because I don't know him. Descend below deck, to forecastle, captain's cabin. Well, if someone is here, I might as well talk to them. You spot a large man with a youthful gait, carrying a heavy crate over his shoulder with a relative ease.
Oh, you're Officer Shaw.
He gives a bright, warming smile.
2 Johns. That's what they call me. I'm sure you'll get your nickname later.
2 Johns attempts to offer a handshake, but loses control of the crate. He struggles before firmly holding it in place with both hands.
Maybe later. Work awaits.
Alright. And now I know who 2 Johns is. Ice savvy, Saltborn. What does ice savvy mean? Like, oh, I think it's like they're both, right? Like they were on, I don't know, wouldn't that be mixed? I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of everything. We got a lot to do still. We got a lot of people to meet. So, only one thing to really do. Is this still locked? Yes. Alright, descend below deck. Okay. Descend to the mid-deck. Oh dang, quite a lot of people down here. A lot of people. Approach the cook. You find yourself almost knocking over a man carrying a heavy pot.
Careful, careful. You almost got drenched in broth.
This dude on the accordion is going ham right now. You are the ship's cook, are you not?
Indeed I am, and I've got a full plate on my hands, pardon the pun.
You hear a roar from the other side of the door.
Oi, what's holding you up?
Oi. The cook shakes his head with a smile and chuckles slightly to himself. He grabs the large pot and prepares to make his way to the hungry crew before turning his head to you. If you don't mind, could you carry that tray of biscuits behind me? Of course. You grab the plate and follow the cook out the door and to the table where the crew are waiting with bated breath. Upon the cook's arrival, the sailors let out a rowdy cheer, the ship's cook placing the broth upon the table. Trust me, fellows, this one is worth the wait. The cook speaks with a tone of pride as he ladles the broth into the bowls of the crew. Oi, one at a time, you animals. Ward, your animal's handsy for only one arm. Very awfully, piss off, Junior. Got some bread here, too. Grab it fast before Tucker beats you to it. The crew laugh and are merry as Junior guides you back to the kitchen. You're Junior? I take that to mean Hunt told you about me. Sent you to fetch me, did he? Did he not give you a description, or were you just not paying attention to the cook? Well, Hunt wished to see you as soon as possible. I don't know what you were saying before, but... Ah, yes, good old Hunt. Never a rest on this ship, let me tell you. Especially when Hunt takes a liking to you. Also, I want to apologize for the voices. They might vary from character to character. I can only do so many, but it might take me a few sentences to try to get one that kind of matches the character's appearance. But we'll get there. I definitely won't have 24 different voices, but maybe 3 or 4. But we'll see. I'll do my best to make it as entertaining as possible. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. It passes in relative silence. It is now evening. The crew return to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in the preparation for the evening. Twilight falls. Wasn't I supposed to get twins? Over dinner, you overhear the stowaway speaking with a one-armed man. Uh-oh, this is his father, I'm assuming. You'll be dropped off at next port, then. Da, you can talk the captain into letting me stay, right? Can't talk Hunt into anything when his mind's made up. Besides, he's right. But I can help. You're lucky he didn't throw you overboard. When we make land, I'm making sure you catch a trip back home. I'll be back after this. Not soon enough. Doug Ward, added to the manifest. I'm sorry, kid. I feel bad. I'm splitting them up, and that guy's probably gonna die. Mr. Gloss. You spot one of Templeton's science team pacing around the middeck, searching through some luggage that has been pulled from a cabin. Let me look in the light. Where was it now? He notices you. Ah, Officer Shaw, correct. Dwight Glossley. Apologies, I seem to have misplaced something while settling in the cabin. A bottle of wine, actually. I'm guessing one of the sailors took it. Goodness, I would hope not. My wife and I brought a bottle to celebrate with. Your wife's on this expedition? To be saved for the journey back, of course. Well, if you find it, please let me know. Dwight Glossley, yeah, he seems like a landborn. He would be a landborn. We don't surround ourselves with landborns on this ship. Is Templeton a landborn? Oh, I knew it. Of course he's a landborn. You spot Templeton, the landborn, looking out into the sunset. As you approach, he turns to you and nods. Ah, Officer Shaw. It will be some time before we see a sunset such as this again. The light distribution towards the southern pole is quite the change. I noticed you weren't at dinner with the others. I prefer to eat in solitude. I have my own cabin
and I make use of it.
He keeps his focus on the reflection of the setting sun over the stirring waters of the ocean.
There is great expectation upon us, officer.
From your benefactor?
That is not for you to know. Not yet.
He looks down, catching his reflection in the ocean surface. He looks back up at the sunset.
Quite the sight, but I wouldn't linger upon it too long. We should retire for the evening. It's important the first officer be well rested.
Use E to advance to the next week. Well, I think we are going to call it for the beginning here. I think this is just going to be a nice, quick starter episode. Second episode, I think, is going to be a lot longer and will definitely be more of the start to our trip. As always, it's a pleasure to have you here. I hope you enjoyed the video and the adventure so far. Liking, commenting, subscribing, all three of these things help me out immensely, and I will see you guys on the next one.